Hi, I'm Fran from Coventry Pilates and welcome to my 15-minute standing Pilates workout. This is suitable for you to do at home when we're on our week breaks, the half-term holidays coming up, or even if you're away you could do this in your hotel room, which is where I am at the moment. Okay, so we're going to get started and we're going to just do a basic warm-up. So I want you to take your feet just hip-width apart, bend your knees slightly so you're not locking out your legs, stand up nice and straight and as tall as you can. Imagine you have a piece of string on the crown of your head that's pulling you up towards the ceiling, but don't be tense with your shoulders or stick your chest out, just relax the shoulders. Okay, so we're gently drawing in our lower tummy or pelvic floor muscles. Imagine that you've got a belt tied around your hips or a really low cut pair of hipster jeans and you're just gently tightening that belt in. This will make it feel as if you're drawing your lower abdominals here towards your tailbone. If you're not too sure about that or you'd prefer to work with your pelvic floor, imagine gently drawing up through your pelvic floor, and those are the muscles that you would use to stop yourself going to the loo halfway through. We'll try and maintain that gentle contraction as we go through our warm-up, and then I'll remind you each time we go through each exercise. So maintaining that contraction, now focus on your breathing. So as you inhale through the nose, try and fill up your lungs with as much breath as you can, and as you exhale, breathe out quite strongly through the mouth, all the way to the end of your breath, to the point where you can't breathe out anymore. And you'll actually feel your abdominals tightening as you get to the end of the breath. Okay, so the first exercise is roll down. Reset your posture again, so your feet are hip-width apart, knees slightly bent, tailbone slightly tucked under, and we're lengthening up through the crown of the head, nice and tall position. Shoulders relaxed. Gently drawing in lower tummy or pelvic floor muscles, and breathing nice and deep again, in through the nose and out through the mouth. We take a deep breath in to prepare at the top, and then as we exhale we start our roll down, dropping the head gently forward, curling through the shoulders, rolling down through the rib cage, coming down through the lower spine and then reaching down to the toes. It doesn't matter if you need to bend your knees to reach down, that's absolutely fine. Pause for a moment here, take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, slowly roll up. Starting at the tailbone, you'll need a little bit of tension through your glutes here. Roll and stack your spine up one bone at a time until you come up standing nice and tall again. And remember, standing tall is lengthening through the crown of the head with the chin slightly tucked in, not lifting up through the front of the head. Again, inhale at the top. Exhale. As you drop the head, don't force the chin down into the chest. Just let it nod gently. And then continue that movement, coming down through the neck, between the shoulder blades, down through the rib cage, and then down through the bigger vertebrae in the lower part of the spine. Reaching all the way down to the toes. Bend the knees if you can't quite get there. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale as you roll all the way up, tucking the tailbone in, and restacking your spine one bone at a time. Imagine building your spine up like placing little children's building blocks one at a time on top of the one below. So you're restacking yourself up into good posture. Again, inhale and exhale. Gently let the head drop, roll down. Picture your spine in your mind and slowly peel down, taking each bone one at a time off the stack. Reaching down to the floor, deep breath in again. Exhale and roll back up as you restack your spine. A little bit of a squeeze through your bottom muscles as you roll all the way back up to the top. A couple more times, inhale and exhale on the way down. Don't worry if you find that you're running out of breath. It takes quite a lot of practice to get the hang of Pilates breathing. It's probably the hardest thing to pick up. So if you do run out of breath on the way down, just pause, take a deep breath in, and then again exhale as you continue the roll. We're going to feel a little bit of a stretch here through the back of the legs, in the hips, and maybe through the lower back too. Again, on the way back up, if you run out of breath, just taking another breath in, and then exhaling as we come all the way back up to the top. Okay, we've got one more repetition to do. Inhale, exhale, and slowly curl and peel down through your spine. Inhaling at the bottom, and then exhaling as we roll all the way back up, restacking the spine, one bone at a time. Maintain that posture as we work on our next exercise. This is a standing version of a traditional Pilates exercise called double leg stretch, which is actually mostly focusing on the arms. So I tend to call it arm circles. So we're in our standing position. We're going to transfer the weight just into the right leg and hover the left foot up off the floor, still keeping that abdominal or pelvic floor activation and still using our breathing. As we inhale, we reach the arms up tall, reaching them right above the head. Try and keep them as straight as you can. And then as you exhale, just take the arms around in a big circle as far as it feels comfortable for you to stretch. Inhale on the way up, exhale on the way round. Inhale and stretch, exhale. Couple more circles this way. With your supporting leg, try and keep the knees slightly bent so you're not locking back into this leg here. Just keep that knee slightly bent to keep the legs working actively. One more circle. Staying on this leg, we change direction. Inhale on the way up and exhale on the way down. If you find that it's a little bit challenging to actually stand on one leg for the entire exercise, take this option that I've done, which is to keep the other leg just lightly still in contact with the floor. So you still feel this leg doing all of the work, but you've just got a little bit of security there that's going to stop you toppling over. So we do 5 circles each way. This is our last one. And then we change position. So transferring the weight into your left leg. Again, remember, keep this knee slightly bent, hovering this leg off the floor. As you circle your arms up into this position, watch out for your rib cage lifting and extending and your back arching. When we do this on the floor, we focus on keeping the ribs firmly down and maintaining a neutral spine. We haven't got the floor to give us our feedback for this exercise, so we just need to be really aware of our position. Reach the arms up tall, but keep the rib cage closed and down here towards the hips. Exhale, circle back and round. So again, we're going to do 5 circles each way. Remember, we're still keeping our lower tummy or pelvic floor muscles gently drawn in. And we're using our breathing. Final set, we change direction. Inhale and exhale. And again, remember, it's always fine to take the option to put this other leg just slightly down on the floor if you need a little bit of support. Your supporting leg is going to be feeling most of the work here, but of course we still always want to focus on keeping the lower tummy or pelvic floor muscles gently drawn in. Okay, that's the last one. Just relax there for a moment to give the legs a little shake out. Okay, moving on to our squats. Again, this is probably going to be best if you see it from the side. So, feet are hip width apart, knees are slightly bent, and again we're standing up nice and tall, tailbone slightly tucked in, lengthening up through the crown of the head. Lower tummy or pelvic floor muscles gently drawing in, nice deep breathing. First movement is to bend from the knees and the hips and take your bottom back, trying to keep, as you can see, I've lifted my toes up because I'm going to try and keep the weight back in my heels. And then as I come up to a standing position, lift the arms and rise up onto the tiptoes. So we sit down, inhale, rise up, exhale. So this time, rather than with the breath swings we did earlier, it was a nice relaxed movement we were doing in the warm-up. This time we're keeping our chest lifted, and as we come up, really focus on squeezing through your bottom as you rise onto your tiptoes. Inhale, exhale. We're going to do 10 repetitions, so just keep going. Again, keep drawing in through the lower tummy or pelvic floor muscles. Stay with your breath. And again, because we're balancing, it helps if you focus your eyes either just on the floor or on the wall in front of you. Really nice big stretch all the way up. And one last time. And floating back down into good posture position. Okay, moving into our lunges. So again, from a good posture position with abdominals activated and nice deep breathing. Take a step forward and let the back leg bend so you come down like so. Push back up, push off the front leg and come and stand into good posture position again. The same leg steps back and again we bend down so both legs bend in an even position. If you feel quite steady and balanced, you can just step forward, push back and then come straight through into the back leg. Okay, we're going to just do 5 repetitions to start with on each leg, but you can gradually build up to 10 and then 15 as you get stronger. So same again on the other side, stepping forward. Make sure as you come down that you keep your back nice and straight, focus on those abdominals and use your Pilates breathing. Remember, reset in the centre if you feel a little bit wobbly when you're first doing this. Step back and come down, and again, keep the weight over the back leg. If you feel very steady, forward and then straight back through into the backwards lunge. Keep thinking about your shoulder position. Remember, Pilates is about core strength, but it's also about keeping our shoulders in a good position. Maintaining good posture, not just through the pelvis and the lower spine, but also through the shoulders and lengthening up out through the crown of the head. We've got one more to do on this side. And standing back in good posture position. Okay, nice work. The next one is again a modification of an exercise we would normally do lying down, so this is a good option for when you don't have much space. And it's the standing side kick. So again, in good posture position, knees slightly bent, abdominals gently drawing in, and nice deep breathing. Transfer your weight just into the supporting leg and hover the other leg just off the floor. As you inhale, point through the toe and extend the leg, just lift it up as high as you can. As you exhale, flex the foot, pulling the toes up towards the shin, squeeze your bottom muscle and draw the leg behind you. So inhale and exhale. And we're going to aim for 10 to 15 repetitions. So if you're normally doing Pilates mat work, this is basically the same as the side kick exercise that you would do laying on your side, aiming to of course maintain your posture and your balance whilst in a side lying position. It becomes a lot more challenging of course when we're doing standing, so you're going to feel the difference. Extend through the toe here, flex the foot and squeeze through your bottom muscle. Trying not to let this happen, keep the tailbone tucked in and maintain your posture. Also watch out for your shoulders. If anything, slightly squeeze through the shoulder blades to keep them drawn back. Okay, so that should be about 10, so we'll change legs. Again with that supporting leg, so again abdominals activated, nice deep breathing. With the supporting leg, keep that knee slightly bent so we're not locking into the knee joint. Inhale, exhale, squeeze through the hip here. Point the toe and then flex on the way back so the leg is nice and strong on the way back through. We've got a couple more to do here. Remember, keep thinking. Abdominals or pelvic floor, it's fine to focus on whichever works best for you, or whichever one you can feel the most. One last time, and float the leg back down and relax.